And here we are. See, I just posted there in the private chat. Mistake number one, I forgot to remove our videos.
Ah,
I forgot to remove
it's starting off perfectly.
I forgot to remove us in the background so you wouldn't see us going like.
Oh, we were. I thought it was just something we saw.
I was looking down on our phone. I was looking down on my phone getting stuff shared. So
No, normally what I do is remove us first so you can't see us, and then the intro starts. No,
that's all right. It was just bopping away.
Yeah, I was looking down at my phone, just boo 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 boo.
And I put in the private chat. I said I was supposed to move our videos out. FFS, LOL. Mistake number one, LOL.
Mistake number two.
I am sleep deprived, so whatever I say tonight, I am sorry.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, just saying that first. Welcome to tonight's Shadow Whispers in the Night EVP night. Woohoo!
Hello, everybody.
Welcome welcome. Thank you for joining. Myself, Tracy, my fabulous co-host, our guest. What'd you say?
I said she'll get me a new t-shirt soon.
I am. I can't find mine. My house is so big, I can't find it. And we have Philip Gibson for Heart City Paranormal.
Hello.
You would have been perfect. I know. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Linda. Linda was my mod last night. Not my mod, but she was kind of helping me in the background when I was doing my lives. Hi, Annette. Hi, how are you, Jillian? Hi, Pamela. Tonight, we have EVP night. Who doesn't love EVPs?
I don't know of anybody.
Not that I don't love them. I do love them. I do them too much. I'm going to stay quiet for the night and let you all talk yourselves because I'm going to mess up. So, how's everyone tonight?
Good. I'm good.
I'm excellent.
I'm going to
say it again. It's great to be with all of you.
I'm going to say it again. How is everyone tonight?
Excellent.
Great. Fantastic. Phenomenal. I'm excited to meet Philip for the first time. I've never met Philip before, and I miss you, Jenny, and I miss you, Tracy. I'm glad to be back on the show.
It's great to meet you too. It's great to meet you, Robin, and it's great to be back with you, Jen and Tracy. I had a blast last time. It was an absolute blast.
It was. Delighted that you can come back on, and Robin come back.
Anytime. Absolutely anytime.
Oh, you're a star. Thank you so much. So tonight's show, we have some amazing pieces of audio that we're going to put up. If you're going to link a StreamYard, please give StreamYard permission to use your name, or we'll be saying hi to Facebook user. We have audio from Philip, we have audio from Robin, and we have audio from me. And we have lots of them. I went through them. The only ones I didn't go through is yours, Robin.
Okay.
Because you put them up yourself, so it's going to be fresh hearing for your audio.
Awesome.
So, what's this here? Facebook user. Thank you, Tracy. Facebook user. Can you see that, Robin? I would love to. Oh, I'm going to put it up. I would love to listen to you tonight, Jenny, but please ask Robin about the GIS team in, America, and Barbara Macbeth and Brendan Cook have been doing EVP for 2 decades, and it seems to be getting a lot better with digital than tape. Another question, why so many children on EVP recordings as opposed to adults? Well,
children are needy, aren't they? They really, I don't know really why, but in just thinking, I would just answer that as to say, they're lonely, they're needy, and I think adults are more stoic in general. And although I have had the instances clearly where children want to interact and talk and do things with you, and there's an adult there stopping them, period. I have had them say no, they're like, let's help, and they say no. And so that has happened. I don't know. I just think kids like to play. Yeah, they're kids.
Yeah.
That they were and kids, they are full of energy when they're alive. So I'm assuming this is all opinion. This is just what I believe. That they were really energetic. Kids are they're balls of energy. And I think if they were like that as living, people, they might take that same energy to the afterlife, which, you would think the energy would translate into the ability to communicate with us possibly better, maybe. So.
I just had the weirdest thought of, the kid that stares at you at restaurants, and you're like, "What? That kid won't stop staring at me." I just
all the
realized
time.
now that we're in all these locations, there's probably all these weird little kids,
It is like,
non-communicative kids that are just staring at us. Stop looking
Yeah.
at me. Where's your mom?
Yeah.
So that question was from Stuart Sullivan. Hi, Stuart.
That's right.
And Stuart, what is GIS? Which team is GIS?
Which one? Yeah. And then
You
Chantel.
said-
Hi, my darling.
If it's a team I'm really familiar with, I'm gonna be embarrassed. But I didn't get GIS right away. I'll be like, oh yeah, them.
I'm gonna say hello to just a few people. How are you, Jillian?
hello, everybody.
That's Jillian. Who else do we have? We have Linda. We have who else? We have Pamela. Hi, Pamela. We have Miss Chantel.
Chantel.
I should tell.
10:30 with Chantel in South Africa. That's a good question about the children, and the children have to be verified to not to be others impersonating them. Yeah.
Everybody thinks that kids, every child, and especially every little girl that you hear is really Satan. You know, it's really a demon in disguise, because, they're trying to lull you into complacency or whatever. And I'm really thinking that 99.9% of the time it's probably a little girl, or distortion. Sometimes it could be anybody communicating and it just comes across as this weird high voice or something. You're like, it's a kid, is it?
That frequency difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I know adults like that are like in their 50s that when they speak, they actually sound like a child. Like they've got a real childlike voice.
Yes.
Like, ooh.
I know in a location that I do, we've been doing it for many, many, many years, and it was hard. We knew there was children there. We tried to talk to them. When we asked the adults for permission, can we speak to the children? We would always get a man saying no. I remember one time we had the REM pod down in the kitchen area, and we had all the doors open, and it's like stone steps down, 2 flights down. And myself and Alan were upstairs in the coffee room, and we can hear the REM pod going off. So when we always do playback on the night, so we know what we're going. Do we follow through with the next question? Did the answers? And we didn't know. That way we can hear them if they did, and we can continue on with that. My camera's going blurry again. And listening to the audio, the REM pod was going off, and the lights, in the REM pod and whatnot. And then we heard a woman saying no, and then we can hear the child crying because they weren't allowed to play with the REM pod and the toys. Wow. And then you can hear the REM pod being touched again as if the child's being like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna touch it.
It's like, oh, she's not looking at my head.
Yeah. And so, and then recently now, I'm going to put a white screen over my camera to get rid of that, why that's happening. But last night we got children again, but we got a little girl, and she was beside us, and she was in a room that she never normally is. And it was like the creme de la creme. Now, I will play tonight. I don't know if it will be as clear as how we heard it last night on the speaker, but I will play it later. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to put the white screen over this to kind of stop this from going. I was told to do this. Do that. And I shall come back. I'm probably better looking blurry anyway. probably my eyes. Gillian saying, a little girl in Charleville and is still full of energy. She has no problem letting people know she's still there. And that is so true. That is true. I'm going to do this. Don't mind me if I'm doing this. I just need to
I can see the adults in the situation, like a bunch of strangers come in. We want to talk to the children. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's like the last time we went to Old Kosciuszko County Jail, I was up there by myself, and you heard the EVP on the. I think it's on. Was it on the? Was it on the last step? No,
I still have that up on the. Yeah. I still have that up, so I can still play it if you want.
And
I can play it.
I was up in the the second floor sheriff's residence, which is it's notorious for kids EVPs and disembodied voices. And I'm sitting there, and it all started once they brought this picture frame. This picture frame that they got hanging on the wall. It's a wreath of human hair, and then on the inside the picture frame, there's like a little lock of blonde. So the whole wreath is made of hair, but there's this little lock of blonde hair with a pink bow in it. And ever since they brought that picture frame, and hung it on the wall, that location has been notorious for children voices. And I'm in the hallway by myself, and I had a cassette recorder with a shotgun mic or a boom mic in one hand, and I had my Zoom recorder in the other hand. So I'm recording with both qualities of audio. And then I was asking, any spirits are here, children, whoever can surround me.
Yeah.
I said, you can surround me, come around me, gather around me, but if you do, you can't do anything bad, okay? And then right before that, I got lightheaded. I mean, I literally thought the room was spinning. Then about 20 seconds later, it's when the kid came through, and I heard it through the headphones of the Zoom mic, and it said, "I'm hurting."
Yes.
And it was clear as I knew it was a kid, like immediately when I heard it live, because with the Zoom recorders, you can hear live EVP playback as it's going. So I heard it, and I knew it was a kid, but I couldn't tell what it said until I reviewed the audio. And then once I reviewed the audio, it was clear as day. It was a little kid saying, "Help! I'm hurting."
We have that one to go tonight.
Amazing. But it's notorious for that second floor, and that second floor never had any activity. Even the people that do the tours there said that's strange because that second floor was always like quiet. We never caught anything. Caught stuff on the third floor of the sheriff's residence, but never caught anything on the second. And then I think it has something to do with that picture frame. That's my opinion, but I have a picture of it somewhere. I took a picture of it on my phone somewhere, but it's a pretty interesting.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. I'm just laughing at Chantal here. I thought she said just click the screen, Jenny. Click the webcam. She's telling me just lick the webcam, Jenny.
Just lick the webcam.
So she said just click, and I'm like, there's no button on the webcam to click.
I think that's sound advice.
So you're clear now. You look. I mean, it's not foggy anymore. So.
Oh no, it's gone clear now.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Yep.
Darren is saying I have a riff. I have a time riff in my home, and the little girl bruised my leg. We don't get. For me, the only place I get a location is for children. It would be the Drogheda Museum Millmount. What's this, Darren? Hold on. I woke with a black bruise of a 6-year-old.
Maybe from a 6-year-old?
From a 6-year-old.
Wow.
I'd have to know a lot more about that. But the time thing, we still don't know. And I say we as humans still don't really know how time exactly works. And so I believe in multiverse, multiple dimensions and that sort of thing. So because when we're talking to them, sometimes, we get intelligent responses, and sometimes they wonder, where are you? And I'm like, well, where are you?
Really?
We don't know. Yeah.
I always ask what time and what date is it where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to play one of the first EVP. Excuse me, and it's the one that you had gave us before, Philip, from the last show, EVP show with the baby.
Is that the one from the Monroe House?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. This is pretty wild for the people that haven't seen it or heard this audio. We were at the Monroe House in Hartford City, Indiana, and to start off, I'll try to make it quick as possible. But when we first got there, we were unloading boxes and getting all of our equipment out. And I'm sitting at the table, and to the right, there's the kitchen. The door was open from the living room to the kitchen, and I heard this door. I looked in there. I heard this door just rattling off the hinges, like somebody was taking it by the doorknob and just shaking the death out of it. And I looked over, like, wow. So we forward ahead. I go set cameras up upstairs. So Sean, my teammate, stuck a recorder over by that door, and left it there. Pretty much left it there all night. And it was just me and him in the house. There's nobody else there. So we went upstairs and set the cameras up in the upstairs part of the house. And about 20 minutes after we put the cameras, or 20 minutes after we went upstairs, that's when the CVP was captured. So to this day, it's probably the most bizarre EVP and the most intriguing, and probably the best EVP I've ever captured, or we've ever captured.
I'm going to play it now. I've heard it. Excuse me, a few times. I remember you had it up on your page and you tagged a lot of people in it. And when I listened to it, because I didn't know you at the time, and I had commented back saying, "Oh my God, can I share this on my page?"
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how we got talking and so on and so on. But this is it. I'm going to play it now. If you have headphones, please wear them. You're going to hear it better. Sometimes you need headphones, sometimes you won't. But if you have them, use them. So I'm going to play it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Clear as
Now,
day. Yeah.
I don't know why that makes me want to cry, and I have no feelings.
no, I don't have no feelings. I know,
Yeah.
isn't it just like what?
Yeah, Sean, when Sean caught it, I was walking my dog and he said, "Hey, what's up?" He calls me P Dog. What's up, P Dog? I was like, "Oh, walking my dog."
Excuse
He
me.
was like, "Man, you need to hear this audio, man. I captured a baby on EVP down on that recorder by the door downstairs in the kitchen." I'm like, "Oh, you sure it wasn't like, something else, just." He said, "No, man, this is way too clear. It's obvious." And I'm like, "Okay," he sent it to me, and my jaw just hit the floor. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I actually sent it to the owner, immediately sent it to the owner, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane." And she said that then she sent me some information, and I've talked to you about it before, Jen, but not got into detail about it. There's
Yes.
information that may or may not back up
Yeah.
that audio of what. Yeah, it's. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about
I
it.
know.
I was told not to because it could possibly get them in a little bit of trouble. So not
Yeah.
because they're doing something wrong, but it's just information that can't get out right now.
Yes,
Right.
but when you can,
When it happens, yeah, you guys will probably be floored. Yeah.
we gotta know. We gotta know. When I heard it, I was gonna say something there, but I can't say it on the camera. I just can't. No, I won't even type it either. But I'll tell you later. That was just
That's
my
amazing. It kind of took me like by surprise, and for a couple of reasons. And of course, I'm gonna make it about me for just a second. But that baby crying in one of my childhood homes, I was tortured. This is the place where I was thrown around, and I've talked about it
Oh
before on
no.
your show and all this stuff. I was the only one who could hear the baby crying, and it was a ranch style house, one story, so the attic wasn't usable. It was like a store, it's just the storage, not even storage space, just a little. Anyway, and I was the only one who could hear the baby crying all the time. 12, 13,
Wow.
10 to 13 years old or so. Yeah, and it just took me right back there, and I was like, why? Why? I don't know. Just took me
Wow.
back
That's
to
just amazing.
childhood.
Tracy,
Thanks
what
for
do
the
you think?
PTSD.
Yeah, I had it before, didn't I?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm.
And you were kind of saying, I know this, I know that, and you're like, no, don't say it. We cannot say it. You
And
cannot.
if you hear and if you listen, if you're really paying attention, if you're listening right, you'll hear the first sound for the baby. Then right after that first whine, you can hear a woman's voice speaking in between that and the next the
Right.
cooing part. Yeah,
Can
you
we
can
hear
hear
it
and see
again?
some.
I'll play it again. Anthony,
Okay.
yes, it was the sound of a baby crying. Hello from Warsaw.
Hi,
Hello.
that's Marianne. No, Marianne is the one that does the tours out of the old Kosciuszko County Jail.
Oh,
So she's a very dear friend. I love you, Marianne. You're awesome.
Taurus Trees. Taurus Trees is a lady, a fabulous, lovely woman that I met today, Kira. So Kira's watching. This is Kira's first time watching. Linda, Kira, what Linda means is there's a StreamYard link, but I know who you are now because I can see you on my phone here as well. So you don't have to click it because I know who you are because I have my phone here open up in front of me. Yes, when speak. Okay, so let me just play that again for you. Where's Aiden to click the button there beside me? Aiden's watching. I see you watching, Aiden.
Aiden.
He's there. I see him just saying Aiden's watching. Aiden's at home,
Hi,
probably
Aiden.
lying in his bed, hand behind his back, like because he was
Yes.
investigating last night.
With this creepy attic door behind his head. Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't sleep like that.
Aiden was working hard last night. He did. He actually had a lot going on last night. He was affected, but we'll talk about that one later on. So here it is again.
You can
I heard
very
her.
faintly pick it up. Hmm.
She's kind of soothing the baby. I can hear her. Don't know what
Yeah.
she's saying, but she's there. So
I heard her say, I know I did hear her say daddy something,
okay.
like daddy something. But she was like really comforting. It was like, just her being like, oh, did you, hi baby, did you do that? So she was definitely trying to soothe the baby or talking to the baby. Yeah. It's what it sounds like to me.
That was like one time when myself and Alan went in Millmount doing up in the museum, doing up the Halloween decorations. So you always put a recorder on there. So we're having a coffee, finishing up our decorations. We listen back to the audio. We heard a baby like that crying.
Wow.
And we never heard that before there. And I looked at Alan, and Alan looked at me, and I said, did you hear something? Did you hear that? And he goes, yeah. And I said, on the count of 3, we'll see what we heard. He said, baby, and I said, newborn. And then, it got better after that, because then when we were doing investigations, we were asking about the baby. Who's the baby? Well, we got the most, they're not happy us asking about that baby. So we're trying to piece the puzzles together to find out why. Yeah. We're kind of like cracking down to see what we can get.
Yep.
Cracking down to get what we could get. Kira, that's grand. I know who you are. I can see you here on my phone beside me because I'm multitasking because Aidan's not here. Oh, here's Alan. Sorry. Hi, guys. Trying to cover the baby. Yeah, Alan heard it. So I was just talking about Millmount, Alan, when we heard that newborn baby cry. Jenny will process ICs from last night, Millmount. Yeah, Linda heard the crying last night. Right, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to play one of Robin's. This is from
Hinsdale. Which one are you going to play?
Hinsdale
House.
Which one?
Very awesome location.
Dishonorable.
Oh, okay, sure. This is just us. We were not doing an active investigation. We were just talking, and I believe she was talking about me, which is true. I'm very dishonorable. But
oh God,
just joking.
I haven't heard any of these yet, so you'll.
Oh, okay, sure.
So we're gonna play it now.
Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know. Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know. Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know.
Okay, so I was upstairs, Hinsdale. There is, it's a very small place. I don't know if anybody's ever had the opportunity to go. You should. But there's a very small, what we call a master bedroom, and it's got a closet attached to it, and they have their own mirror that they put in there, and I feel like it's rippled or something. And everybody seems to get intoxicated by this mirror, and it was my turn. I guess I was up there, I guess, pawing at it or something, and KDP came and said, "What are you doing in here?" Because people get in there and they start changing. Their personalities start changing. Their faces look different. So I think she was just checking to make sure I was me. So she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. See if my hand goes through the mirror," because I really felt it feels very portal-ish, if you want to use that word or whatever. And so whoever that female was, I don't know if she was talking about me, what I was doing, or just me as a person. But
do you remember what you were talking about?
Well, I was alone for a while with that mirror, and she came upstairs to ask me, "What are you doing?"
Was somebody talking? I think I can hear you. I think it was you that was talking.
At first, you hear the high voice. That's KDP. She goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm the one that's going, "I don't know. I'm touching the mirror, see if my hand goes through it." I'm very like.
So she's saying you're
dishonorable underneath.
Yeah, dishonorable because what are you doing? Yeah, and then you.
The dishonorable, that is somebody else. It's not Katie or myself. That's another female that was not present. We were the only 2 females on that trip. So.
You could definitely tell by the tone of the or the pitch and the tone and everything. You could definitely tell there's not anybody in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dishonorable. I have to stop.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I love that place.
What do you think, Tracy? Oh, listen, when Tracy goes quiet, right?
I want to know. I want to know.
I struggled a little bit to hear it, but
did you?
Well, we can play it again, but that's why I put it on 3 times. The first time, it's so weird. I don't mess with the volume or anything, but it's like it's more audible the next 2 times. But
that's how it's for me too.
Hear it through one ear because I'm more like partially deaf in one ear, so can only hear it in one.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to play it again. And Robin, I also want to say as well, when I have to do another EVP show, can I send all my stuff to you? Because yours covers the whole screen and you put all the writing up, and mine is just like, you can see it's Nakona watching because mine is slim. So would you please do,
absolutely.
Would you do that for me? Because I am crappy.
I would.
I even get my 11-year-old to do some of my posters, and she does. She does all of them, actually. But I'm going to play it again for you, Tracy.
Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know. Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know. Looking and touching the mirror, like I put my finger on it to see if my hand went through it. I don't know.
Yeah, right before it said put my hand through it, you heard it. Yeah.
I heard Kate coming in. Yeah, I heard Kate
A hard D, and you can hear the rest of it. It's dishonorable. So when you're looking at that picture too, it would be the top left windows. That's the room that I was in that has this very strange closet where you change, people change. Do you get any feelings of that, or could you hear it, Tracy?
I didn't hear dishonorable.
Okay.
No. What did you see?
Yeah.
Now, Tracy.
Yeah,
come on.
I love it. I love it.
Come on.
What did
Because
you,
when Tracy
what
goes
did you
quiet,
hear?
Was it disassemble?
What?
Like when they
Disassemble.
disassemble the body.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Disassemble, as in disassemble the body. That's with your intuition mixed with what you heard. Disassemble the body. That's good. Okay. It sounds like such a multi-layered location. A lot of locations are such a multi-layered location with so many things that have happened that we know about, that we're guessing about. It's that just.
Ginny's
there's no spirit box.
No spirit box.
No, we were just chatting. We weren't really actually investigating at the time. Hopefully, we're not that chatty during the real investigation. I was just, like, well,
So I'm going to play one of mine. They're probably all shite compared to yours. Probably. I have the one. I think this is the one from last night. This would be a playback from the one of last night. So this is coming from Alan. So I'm not going to tell you where it is, but let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
Because Jenny was tired and Jenny was rushing. So please, I do it better, but don't give out to me. Just listen. Okay, I'm going to play it now. Are you ready? Fred. No, that's a different one, actually. That.
My brain.
And it's over. So this was from in here, my home.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to play it again because it was not very quick.
Yeah, it was quick.
I think I was saying, like, are you ready? So we'll play it again. Are you ready? Because if you blink, you're going to miss it.
Okay.
Are you ready? Fred.
As a kid.
Yes.
I heard play.
Like a kid.
I thought I heard red.
Play it again, please. Could you play it again?
Okay. Are you ready?
Fred. Ready.
Is that a Fred?
It's like a little kid saying ready.
Ready or friend or
one again.
Are you ready? Fred.
See, I definitely hear play.
Okay, let me do it again.
Friend.
This, see, people are saying you're playing it 10,000 times. This is what we do when we do audio. Play it 10,000 times. Are you ready? Fred.
So, to me, it sounds like play to me. Play or friend. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I heard play.
Yes.
I thought I had red. And then I go, what are you saying a color for?
Well, it could be. Well, and I thought not the first time, but one of the times I heard it, I thought she was saying, like, you said, are you ready? And I thought she was saying ready, but we may be only hearing the red part in the ready. Like, ready,
thank you. Oh, yeah. You see, they're all hearing red.
Play. See, Sean says play.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Red.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If there's more to revisit. I'm going to do that, Linda, because I've got a collapse amount. And they're probably on my recorder, and I kind of didn't do the full one I should have done.
Sometimes when I'm playing EVP, something I like to do is like start about 5 or 6 seconds before, and then,
Yes.
then stop about 5 or 6 seconds afterward.
Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
it gives your ears time to get ready. That's what I do, and it
Yeah,
usually helps out a lot. Yeah.
I think that one was a
Yeah.
few years ago when I started off doing audio. It was a few years
Mhm.
ago, so I wasn't. Now I kind of like do questions,
Yeah.
and
And
then
when I
just-
save them to the computer, sometimes I'll even put a minute on either side, depending on what's going on, just to give you some context, so you understand like who was in the room and what was going on. Depending.
What's up, P Dog?
That's Sean. That's my teammate right there. It's Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? You ready for tonight, buddy?
Oh, you're gonna invest. You're gonna investigate with Sean tonight.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, do you want to hear it again? Oh no, he said play. That's what he can hear. Play. He said
Play.
Yeah. That's what he heard. Yeah.
Okay. Was it a child? Yes, it sounded like a child. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. To me, it did too.
I promise the other ones are longer. They are. Right, we're going to go to another one. We're going to go to Phillips.
Now, which one is it?
This one here, oh lordy, I have to go through. I put it up and I kind of didn't write it beside it. If I play it first, because I don't have the name. I should have put the name beside it, but I didn't. Hold on, I should have it on my phone. Hold on, I'll get it on
Yes,
my
I got all my. I have all my notes right here, so I can kind of let you know.
I think the first one is the Opera House.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think the
So
first
the,
one's-
the Opera House. It's a place called the Bristol Opera House. It's about 4 miles from Elkhart, which is we're in Elkhart, and it was actually our very first indoor investigation. Like I said, we started when we started as a team back in 2017. We started pretty much doing cemeteries and graveyards. So the Bristol Opera House was like our first like indoor controlled environment investigation.
Yeah.
And then what was going on in this audio, we had because explaining this makes it more interesting, because we had an X camera set up on the stage of the Opera House, and we had a table which was facing which was in the view of the camera, and on the table we had a REM pod, an Olympus recorder, and just a regular stuffed teddy bear. Nothing inside of it, no batteries. It's just just filled with stuffing. And then Samantha and an old teammate were sitting on the stage, and you'll hear Terry, which was our ex-teammate, say, "Well, you want Sam to go ahead and walk down there beside you." And so you can hear Sam walking across the stage and sitting down, and the EVP occurs. But the interesting thing about it is there was a recorder sitting right on the table.
Okay.
And there was nothing. Well, the recorder was sitting on the table. The only place that recorder that EVP was captured was on that recorder. 10, 12 feet away on the X camera, you didn't hear nothing at all.
Oh,
So
wow.
anything this loud, in my opinion, should have been captured.
Right.
If it were something in the there,
If it was
like
sound waves, if it was actual physical sound waves, it would've
exactly,
been-
you would have caught it on both of them. I mean,
Right,
it was
right.
that loud. But the EVP will it's unmistaken. You'll hear it. But for people to get ready with it, get their ears ready, it takes place right around the 6 second mark. So
I hope I have the right one up now after you telling us about it.
okay, we'll
I am
see. I'll let you know.
I'm sleep deprived. Like I said earlier, disclaimer, Jennifer is sleep deprived. Okay, here we go.
No, that's awesome. No, I don't mind that.
I knew
No,
I'd
that's a
get it
different one.
wrong. I knew
Yeah,
I'd
it's
get
a
it
different
wrong.
one.
So what I'm going to do when yours come on, I'll play them first and then
Okay.
explain where I'm going
Yeah.
at with that, because I kind of did it probably tits up. But it's there.
Got it here.
Do you want me to play it again?
Mm.
So we'll go with this one and I'll play this one again. Is that all right, Philip?
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to figure out which one it was. It said Graceland Cemetery, and I'm trying to see if
Do you have the numbers beside it, like the 9191422? I have those numbers there.
okay. I think the only one I have from Graceland is Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Hold on, what's going on here?
Because I should have put them up. I should have
Okay.
named them as I was putting them up.
Okay, yeah, the only one I have from Graceland would be. Okay. Yeah, it occurs at the 2-second mark. So
Okay. Do you know
it's from
the one-
2019.
2019? Oh my gosh.
So
Let me see. Do you know what I? Oh, gosh. Okay, we're gonna do this. And
I can tell you what I think it says, but I'll let you guys hear it.
It's live. It's not rehearsed. Here's another Jenny boo boo. I did say at the beginning. I'm tired. I am. What was it? What do you call it? A paranormal hangover?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, I am that.
it's real. The struggle's real.
I work hard to bring you evidence. So
That's right.
put up with me tonight.
But the EVP does take place at around the 2-second mark. So
Okay.
of the
okay.
clip.
Okay, so the one I have here, I'm because if you know this, there'll be each number. It's like the first one I have here to play 6 seconds. The second one's 5 seconds. The third one's 9 seconds, 12 seconds, 19 seconds, and 106 seconds, and then 38 seconds. So is that making? Let's just play it and then
Let's play it. Let's play. Yeah,
Let's
play
just-
it now. I'll explain it. Yeah. play it.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I said in the first place. Okay, let's just roll with me. Roll with me.
Okay.
No, that's awesome. No, I don't mind that.
Hear the child.
Yes. Play it again.
Sure.
No, that's awesome. No, I don't mind that.
I can't understand it. I know I won't. I just, it's not that it's not understandable. I just won't.
She's saying
Yeah.
3 words.
Yeah, to me, of 3 syllables. To me, it either
Yeah.
sounds like I'm Freddy, or I'm ready.
Do you know
But
what
we weren't asking any questions. We were just walking along, and in an area that has been known to we caught a lot of kids in the past. To me, and we weren't interacting with the spirit. We were just walking along, and I had my recorder running because I knew what took place in that area, and or what could be captured, and it came up. To me, it sounds like it's saying I'm Freddy, the name, or I'm ready. That's what it sounds like to me. It could be, somebody else might hear something entirely different. So
I did. I heard that I'm here and I'm still here.
okay,
I don't know. Will I try it again?
sure.
No, that's awesome. No, I don't mind that.
I heard, "Hey, Stacey."
I'm still here. Like,
Isn't
I'm still here.
Isn't audio amazing?
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like
Well,
yeah,
I think that there can be definitely layers of EVP where someone hears one thing and you're both correct. And maybe even, I don't know if anybody's ever tried this before. Sometimes you're like, that sounds definitely someone's talking. And if you reverse it, it's a clear word. You can do
Oh, wow.
reversals as well. I don't try to manipulate very often, but sometimes if it's like, blah, 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 and it's like, I know this is something, try reversing it real quick. And sometimes you will get a clear word, but I don't advocate for a lot of manipulation on EVPs. It's like the pictures. I think David Childers put up a meme or something on Facebook once that said, if you have to circle it and point at it and tell people 30 times what it is, move on. Like, surely, it's real. Same thing with EVPs, it's there. But
Anthony's hearing sounds like, oh my God, in a soft voice.
see, now I got to hear it again.
Do you want me to play it one more time?
I'm good with that.
I'll play it again one more time if you want.
Yeah.
Correct. Which one did I play? I'm joking.
Uh-oh.
No, that's awesome. No, I don't mind that.
Tracy, what are you getting?
"Hey, Stacey."
Hey, Stacey.
Yeah.
I'm still hearing like I'm right here, or I'm.
But
still
isn't it
here.
great? The way
Yeah.
that we're hearing different things that you can
But-
note down and then go back and ask different questions to what different people heard.
And the interesting thing about it's in the middle of a cemetery at 2:00 in the morning. So there's definitely no kids in the middle of a cemetery.
If you remember, yeah, where you're at though, you may be able to go back and find a headstone that Stacy something, because that has definitely happened to me where thought I was speaking with Revolutionary War soldiers, and I kept getting this other guy, and we went back during the daytime, and there was a newer headstone literally 10 feet behind that row of soldiers. And it was that guy's name. And it was like, okay, that makes sense. But we were so fixated on speaking to them and about what happened and who won and, all this stuff that didn't even occur to us to look at some of the newer graves for the next day.
Also, you got to think, like, they could be speaking to another spirit.
Yeah.
So you could have another child talking to another child, or a child talking to an aunt, you know. So
it's interesting because that's where we're going tonight. The same place that this is captured. That's where we're going.
Really? Well, now you got a little bit more extra work to do.
Here's the thing. There's a particular tree, and I know exactly where it is. We've been there more than any place. But there's a. What was that?
I said good.
Okay. I didn't see her. I wasn't looking. I was kind of looking over at Jen, and I heard. I'm like,
good.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about my dog snoring. I had to kind of mute myself to tell it to shut up.
There's a tree. There's a tree at this particular tree where I mean, obviously, when it comes to the paranormal, we can't guarantee anything, but almost every time we go there, pretty much almost every time we capture a kid's voice in that area. Never got a name or anything like that. We've tried to get a name, but we haven't got anything that far. But I can almost guarantee that there's always a kid that comes through right in that area, which is the same place where we captured that in that general area, like in behind it a little bit. But yeah.
Will you call out? Will you call out for Stacy and see if you can get an answer?
Absolutely. Or I'll call it for Freddie too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All of them. Yeah. All the kids.
I think I heard I'm still here. So just say, are you here?
Yeah.
Use
kind of play around with it.
3 different things that we've all heard and what everyone else has heard. And that's a good thing because you're going to get one answer or the other.
Yeah.
You know what really drives me nuts too is when people will dig their heels in and they'll say, well, you go into a cemetery. Cemeteries aren't haunted or whatever. And some are quiet, some aren't. I do believe the spirits are transient there sometimes. Like, I don't think they're stuck there. That would be awful, really. But like I actually have a couple of, I think at least one thing from the cemetery that's one of the most active, interactive places that I've ever been. So when someone says, cemeteries aren't haunted, you'll never get anything. I thought, sister, maybe you'll never get anything at a cemetery, not to be mean or whatever, but I've gotten plenty, and maybe you're either not asking the right things or you're coming at them wrong or you're at the wrong place or at the wrong time. There's so many factors. But if you're just out there telling everybody, don't bother going to cemeteries, they're not quote unquote haunted. They're interactive. Yeah. It's not true. It's true.
Yeah, the answer to Dee's and Sean answered it. Is there water near that area? Yeah, there's a river runs right. Oh, yeah, right down the side of the west side of the west side of the graveyard.
I'm going to say here, this is Anthony Kerrigan. I'm going to give you a shout out, Anthony. This is Anthony Kerrigan. He himself and Mary Nolan. I'm going to do a shout out, and I shouldn't, but I'm going to. They're running a fantastic paranormal power convention on the February the 18th, 2023, Day of the Unexplained. You probably all got invitations because I've been sending them to everyone. So I just wanted to shout out to Anthony. Hi, Anthony. He was running a competition to win 2 free tickets about how many people you can invite and add.
Nice.
I won.
Yay.
Yes, I did. I'm just saying that. Yes, I did. Okay, who else have we got here now? Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Because that's what I do. Okay.
I have a cemetery one. If you want it, since we're talking about cemeteries, now this may be back from 2008, and I wanted to
I have it here.
I wanted to include this one. And yes, it is by water as well. It's by the Brazos River in Waco, Texas.
Waco. I said Waco.
Is it Waco? It's the First Street Cemetery. And before we went on the air, Philip was talking about a location where headstones were moved, bodies weren't. Well, let me tell you, First Street Cemetery, these people were buried 3 deep. In some cases, yes, headstones were moved, bodies were left there. They started building the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame Museum. And as they dug for electric lines and sewer, they were digging right through bodies. You
Oh
can
my
get
gosh.
out when you get out in that parking lot. I guarantee you're walking on bodies. I guarantee it, 100%. I would stake everything on that. I mean, just if you get out, and you better be recording when you drive into the driveway of there.
Wow.
Okay, they're very, very interactive. But the one that I decided to share, and it's old. It's a little tinny. It's a really old recorder. Kind of old, but it's a really old record. It's a little tinny, but it has. I love it because it has an accent. You can hear. I love that when you can, and I can almost just see the gentleman with his mustache and stuff like that. Now, what I was doing is controversial. I don't do anything. I was doing controversial. Yes.
Some of that sort of thing.
I was conducting a junior ghost hunt, training kids that were about 13 years old. And we're bringing them through, teaching them how to ask questions, how to be respectful, and it's the one where, let's see, it's I think I have mine labeled so you can find it.
I have it.
It just says you do the y'all should burn. Y'all should burn.
I have it.
I'm not okay.
It's not labeled, but I see a headstone, so I know the one you're talking about.
Yes, it's that one. Yeah, that's just a random headstone from that picture I found.
No, you actually have it labeled. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's play it.
Really old recorder, but it's real tinny. Yeah. But I just absolutely love the y'all part. Y'all should burn. Not approving. It was like every second we were getting EVPs there. We were told how they died of yellow fever, what was going on. Also, that was my first real encounter with something that I think came home with. This was a long, while back or whatever. I think came home with me. It was calling us every rancid name it could think of, and we listened back real quick, so we got a quick bitch or whatever. And I was with younger people, and I was like, hey, you want to come, I was not as smart as I am now, as wise, and there is such a thing as experience in the paranormal field. Thank you. But it wasn't as experienced, and I was like, hey, you want to come at somebody, leave these kids and these other, these females that were in my group at the time, these younger people out of it. If you want to come at somebody, come at me. That was a mistake. Because I think that thing stayed with me for years, but it was saying call me C word, B word, this, that, I'm gonna kill you, I am going to kill you, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That was a mistake. So there's regular. Have what?
Have you ever gone back to that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, at the end of this month, I'm going. I live in upstate New York now, but I'm going down to see my parents, and that's one thing, that I'll be like, oh, I got to go for a couple hours. I will be definitely going down there. I'm gonna be like, what's up? I'm back. Remember me?
Just make sure you don't bring them home this time.
Right. Oh, listen, that was a years long nightmare, and I really have tried to think of where this thing came from, and this is the only place I can think of. But that's me when I go to locations. I'm like, it's me, it's your good friend, and whether they want to be my friend or not, I always tell them it's me, your good friend.
Just walk in there like you own it. It's mine. I'm here.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going through the audio here. Right. The next one I'm going to play is coming from one of mine from Leap Castle.
Ooh. Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. This was personal. Don't you love the personal ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sure, guys. This one was, we were in the banquet room on the second floor. We were using the spirit box. We had teams with us. We had Anthony Kerrigan, who's watching tonight. He was there with us. And so we were using the spirit box. And there was 10 of us. We're all sitting around this big, long table. Recorders going on, spirit box is going on. And then a friend of mine said to me, Jenny, your friend's anniversary is coming up. Why don't you call out for her? And I was like, I've never called out for her in any location, ever. But something made me do it, and I don't know why. Normally, I'm very strict with it, and I will not call out for my friend ever in any location. I'll talk to her here, I'll do that, but I will never call her out in any location. But I did that night. So I said, Niamh, if you're still here, can you tell me? That's what the order is about. But the spirit box was on. We heard nothing on the recorders. Nothing came through the spirit box. I and we left it like that. So at the end of it, you'll hear me explaining what I took with me. While I was doing audio one night, sitting, this bit was coming up, headphones were on, I was bending down to pick something up off the ground, and I knew this bit was coming up, not expecting anything. I literally sat up, looked at it, and I had to stop for a second. And it was that night that I said to myself, I am hanging up my recorders. I am done. I'm not doing it anymore. I didn't want to do it. I was finished doing it because it's personal. Isn't it crazy when you get audio every time you go on investigation, you get EVPs and all of this stuff, and it's great. But when it's your thing, because my friend was 6 years anniversary. So, and then you're going to hear this word twice, but it's looped. It's just looped twice. But it's probably written up what I said. But anyway, I talk too much. Anyway, I'm going to play it.
When I go and visit you, who do I take with me? I'm going to tell you what I take with me to see if you can all hear it. Dogs. I take my dogs with me. There's 2 big dogs I take with me.
Wow.
So we didn't hear that on the night. Now, I probably shouldn't have looped it. You know, you live and learn. I probably shouldn't have looped it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hear that on the spirit box on the night. It sounded like a female. And the only thing I can think of was dogs. Now, when I go visit Neve's grave, I take my 2 large dogs with me. I take them out walking, and I take them to the grave. And I always say to her, Neve, this is, she didn't know my dogs, but, this is Zach, this is Riley, yada, yada, yada. When I talk to you, I want you to tell me, come through and tell me, For 6 years, heard nothing until this. So I don't know. I try to break it down. I try to change the word in my mind. I try to change it. I'm going to play it again. And I know I have written up what it said, but I don't even ignore what I have written up. Just tell me what you think you hear. I'm going to play it again.
When I go and visit you, who do I take with me? I'm going to tell you what I take with me to see if you can all hear it. Dogs. I take my dogs with me. There's 2 big dogs I take with me.
There's even a quality to that voice that with the accent for me, I can hear dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs. Yeah.
In Lep Castle, like we're 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, from Lep Castle. And I know they can go with you, they can travel with you, whatever they want to do. I know that. Mm-hmm. We didn't hear it on the night. I love this person. Thank you. Jenny can talk forever. I had to put that one up.
Hey, it's a Robin with a Y. Hey, me too. Me too. It's rare. I never seen Robin Riot. I'm Robin Riot. Double R.
2 R's. I heard it clearer there than the last time. I think the loop helps. Yeah.
So when you say you shouldn't have looped it, what do you mean? Like just for this presentation or in general? Because that's what I do. I replay it because we're going to play it several times anyway. So when I make the videos, like I'll play it several times so we don't, to save you,
Yeah.
So
or did you permanently change the permanent record? What do you mean? Like you shouldn't have done it?
You still have the original? Do you still have the raw audio, or did you?
I could have it. I probably actually don't.
Just curious. I was just curious because I do the same thing as Philip probably obviously does. You keep the original audio completely intact, untouched, and then you manipulate what you need from a little clip or whatever, just in case you ever need to go.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah, when I post my audio, when I post my audio to my page, I always put the raw audio along with because sometimes I like amplifying things and
Yes.
So when it and sometimes I got to run it through an amplification and maybe adjust the audio a little bit, the volume, and I like keeping a raw audio just to show people what it sounded like. The original audio came off of my recorder, and then the doctored. I hate saying doctored, but yeah, it is. I mean,
it is. I one of them that I have tonight, I did turn up because it was so profound to me, but yet it needed to be turned up so that you could hear it, and you still may not even hear it. But
Tracy, what did you get from that?
Nothing. What you think?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's what I said. Like, both times you played it, the first 2 words I heard was brush, and then a whistle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But
Now,
twice.
leave me with what I think it was.
Mm.
Oh, I'm not listening. I was going to play it. Would I play it again? Maybe. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna play it again.
Mm.
Why not?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's play it again. I don't want it to be brush.
I heard brush, and then a whistle.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay.
When I go and visit you, who do I take with me? I'm going to tell you what I take with me to see if you can now hear it. Dogs. I take my dogs with me. The 2 big dogs I take with me.
I hear him
Yeah.
right at the end.
I heard that time. I heard brunch.
Right, can
Or-
you all just leave me with what I think it was? Thank you very much. Moving on to the next.
I really hear that accent too, and a nice tone to the
Yeah.
voice of
Well,
dogs.
But it would make sense if it wasn't Neve. But literally the first thing I heard was when I was doing audio, and then I kind of jumped up and I
Mhm. Do you have any recordings of her voice while she was living? Is there a way? I would love to hear. Did she have a nice midtone, like a lower voice? You know, like I don't
Yeah.
talk like this. Like I have a lower
She wasn't
voice.
high. No, she wasn't high.
It wasn't high because I hear
No.
dogs. I'm really trying to repeat it exactly like
That
I
would be
hear it.
Neve. Yeah, that would be
Dogs.
Neve. Yeah,
Dogs.
it would
Was
be.
she a
I know
smoker? Dogs.
she was. Yeah.
What's
She
interesting? What's interesting is you said you raised up immediately and knew exactly what it said. And the thing is, that's something you wasn't like if you're at a place and you're expecting a response, a certain particular response from a certain location, you weren't expecting that. So you heard it. You know, that's kind of cool like that too. Is when you're not expecting
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
but it kind of perks you up. Like, whoa, I just heard what I thought I heard, and it's nothing to do with the location or whatever.
But you know what?
Like, as I heard brush,
Yeah.
the picture I got in my head was her with a brush making out.
Like,
Does that make sense? Like, no, making out it was like microphone.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. Who's Facebook user? Because all I can think of, I'm hearing Zach.
That's Kira. That's Kira. That's a lovely girl
okay.
I met tonight. We were on the phone talking tonight. So Kira's kind of new to this as well. So she's hearing Jack, Zach, and a whistle. And I never heard the whistle tonight until you mentioned it.
Right
I
at
did
the
hear the
end, I
whistle,
did
too.
hear the whistle. Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
When you said about bringing the
Could
dog
it be
to
the
your-
whistle?
Like
The
maybe
dog
she's
whistle.
calling the dogs.
Yeah,
Gonna brush your dogs.
yeah.
You gonna brush your
I'm
dog?
a dog groomer.
Like, come here.
It
Wait.
could be all of that. It's all of. It's all
You
of
never
it.
know.
Let's
I mean,
just
what
keep
made
it
it
Jen
more
happy and let her think what it is.
Yeah, we'll let you think that. But for me, I heard that, and then the whistle when you said bringing your dogs. But I definitely hear brush, and then the whistle.
That's amazing.
So I even hear that
I love it.
at the end of the word.
What about the dog names were? If there was, like a few things, like if the dog, if you're hearing dogs, and then maybe the second word, like maybe it was something that was similar to dogs, like
Yes.
whistle, come here.
No.
I don't know, who knows? Yeah.
It's a mystery. We're
Yeah.
back there. We're back there actually on the 20th of August. Look at Tracy getting all excited. Tracy's going to be with her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Tracy's going to
Lucky.
be with her.
It's like the all-star crew. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to Redwood, Millmount, Lepcastle, and Redwood on one weekend.
Might be walking a bit funny, but
Well, let's
I'm like, don't say anything.
we have a lot on that weekend. So where are we going to next? Philip.
Okay, I can see which one you're gonna do now.
I don't
Can you tell us
know.
what-
It's
can't tell us.
a lucky bag. We're going to play and see what we get.
Okay.
Don't kill me, Philip. Please don't kill me. It's a lucky bag. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to play it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to play it.
I'll let you know.
Would it help if I sat in that chair over there? We're not gonna hurt you. Sam shouldn't come over there.
right at the end there.
Yeah.
That was the Bristol Opera House one. The one that we thought it was like before this one. That was the
Yes.
one where, that the recorder was setting on the table along with a REM pod and a stuffed bear, and the X camera about 10, 12, 15 feet away. And the only recorder that was caught on was the recorder sitting on the table by the bear and by the REM pod. It wasn't captured, and the two ladies had recorders as well, and it was not captured on their recorders either.
Wow.
So it was only captured of the four pieces of audio. It was only captured on one recorder, and that was the one sitting on the table. So it's almost like they chose that specifically to talk into.
And that walking?
Yeah, that was her walking across the stage to sit down.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Hang on. Go
and then
back. One person walked across the stage.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Two lots.
Because you heard some talking at the beginning. That was Sean. That was us out into the. We were out in the lobby, I believe, or out in another area, chatting or something like that. But it was just Sam and Terry on the stage, and Terry said Sam will go and walk down there, and you could hear Sam get up, walking across the stage, and sitting down in a chair, and then right at the end you hear that, and then it sounded like a little baby, like like giggling, and.
I'm with Tracy. I think there's more than one person walking. If we do, can we hear it again?
Oh, we sure can. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let me make sure I get the right one.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
I did
I'm
hear
joking.
the.
I told you I'm giddy and tired. I told you I'm giddy and tired.
Would it help if I sat in that chair over there? Yeah, we're not gonna hurt you. Sam shouldn't come over there.
That's raw audio. That was nothing done to it. No amplification. Nothing.
Good.
Well, what was the quality of the wood on the stage? Is it still held together, or is it a little loose?
It's creaky. It's an old opera house from the 1800s. So the wood is pretty creaky. You can hear yourself walking.
You can stand over there, and you're going to hear pops over there. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tracy, I'm reading your face.
The first one sounds like a squeaky. You like a toy squeaking.
Mhm.
Then the second one sounds like the giggle. In my
I heard a
opinion.
cuckoo clock,
You heard what?
like a cuckoo clock. I heard the footsteps
Like
and
cuckoo?
like cuckoo
Yeah.
clock. Yeah.
Really?
But I definitely heard two sets of footsteps. There was like the one, then the next, and then one next. But one was heavier than the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Interesting.
I heard that a little bit.
Wow.
And the next one we have is Robin.
Which one?
She doesn't know.
Is it Hinsdale again? The blood one?
Well,
Or
yeah.
which one?
the
Is it
Hinsdale.
okay?
Because
on
Robin
this-
did hers, but she named all of them, and
I did. Well, I
did-
just tried to be clear because I didn't want to wonder because I'm sure
I do
they
the
vote,
same
and you are too. You have like thousands of EVPs rolling around in your head.
thing.
And I just chose these. This is the one that I said I did. The first time it's just regular, and you still may not be able to hear it, but I did increase the volume the next two loops that it goes through. This situation, this situation was when we were doing investigation dually at Hinsdale at the same time as Wildwood. They're
Wildwood.
about Wildwood Sanitarium. They're about 20 minutes apart, 20 maybe 30
Wow.
minutes apart.
Yeah.
And this is when I got that phone call from the camera person at Hinsdale going, "You guys gotta go back over here. Mike's face is changing. Everything's And we went over there, and there were not just that. Oh, did you hear that? Maybe it was a knock. It was boom, 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 knock, knock, knock on the windows. Like there was nobody, and there's snow everywhere. You could tell if anybody was all this stuff. And the knocks went down the hall, or not down the hall. That's not true. There is no hall. Down the window in the kitchen. It's a long rectangle window, and then there is a pantry door. that where it terminates there, and that door is locked. Where I guess Dan must keep extra paper towels and all that stuff. Who knows? Anyway, so I go to the door and I go, "What are you doing?" Which I was like, "What are you doing?" Everybody else is pooping, basically. They weren't actually pooping, but they were like not freaking out, but everyone's very tense. I'll put it this way: there was a lot of stuff going on or whatever, and so well, you can play it.
I was going to joke and put up the wrong one, but I'm not.
But it is difficult to hear.
Okay, here we go.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It is a low whisper. That's why I said it's hard
Okay.
to use.
It'll whisper.
I can feel your blood. Now, I didn't hear that until I'm home, and I haven't been able to go back yet. So I'm like, you can feel my blood? What do you mean? Because I got high blood pressure? What do you mean? Because I was excited? Like, what do you know? I had like 1,000 questions, right? And there was a lot of blood associated with this property, a lot of injuries to people and animals, and everybody always broke their leg or got hurt, or, a tree fell on their head, or, something always happened. So I'm just really...
Will I play it
And
again?
that's right. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll play it. I'll just
Turn it up.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
The CPP is very light.
You can hear it, but
I can feel. I don't hear anything. I can feel, and that's all I heard.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely hear. I can feel.
I listened to that probably 1,000 times, just to make sure what it was, and I ended up like getting a tattoo about it. I got to go back. I got to talk to this entity. There's all this, people start thinking, is there a demonic presence there? I'm not so sure that it's as demonic presences are as prevalent as everybody thinks they are, but I do think I'm thinking more, and I don't say this lightly because I don't throw this word around, more elemental-ish type of situation or something going on there. It is Native American activity land. There were bodies buried and dug up on accident. There's all this stuff that went on there. Like in the 60s, the lady who was in the house, the dogs were bringing in what she called long bones, and she would take them away. You can't have that. She thought maybe they were deer and stuff. She was throwing them away, putting them in the trash. Bye. And evidently it might have been people that originally were homesteaders on that land that were buried behind their barn. The barn collapsed. They made it into a pond. They dug it up, made it into a pond in the 60s, and then they moved in. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway, yeah. So I'm pretty, it's if you ever get it, it's a very small place. I wouldn't recommend more than 4 people go, and people that can
I would do it by myself.
talking.
I would do it by myself. Yeah, Hinsdale
Or
would
go
do
by
it myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, take people that can stop talking, or you will get really mad.
Yeah, Daniel's awesome.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'd like to. We've sat down and talked many times at different paracons and stuff like that. And I would love to get out to do Hinsdale. He said, "You got to get out here, man. It's only probably it's like about 6 hours away from me." So,
Okay, well,
is it?
I'm in Indiana, so yeah.
Did you say only 6 hours away from you?
Yeah.
We would travel the length and breadth of Ireland in that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about 5 or 6 hours if I leisurely drive. We should meet there. It's a very reasonable price for such an amazing location. I could sell this place. Like it's a fabulous place. Yeah, it's worth the trip no matter what. I would love to go, just like if we've never investigated together, just you and I go. We don't know each other. We walk in and see what happens.
Arrange
Let our
it.
energies.
Arrange it and do it, and then let us know how it went.
We'll bring the audio to you. We'll bring the audio to you. Put it on your. We'll have another show.
It's booked. Listen, it's hard to get in, so it's booked constantly, 7 days a week. It's booked. Yeah, I know. And you really got to get in.
That's how the Monroe House is. It's constant. If you don't do it at the beginning of the year or late in the year before, like you're not getting in unless somebody cancels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Good Lord.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think you should arrange it, do it, and then give us the audio. Let us hear the audio.
And I have many times I've thought about going and just going by myself, and people think I'm saying,
Really?
"Oh, you can't do that." I can't. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to ask you a question, all of you guys a question, and I know what you're all going to say because I just do. Of all these years of doing investigations, has anyone ever gone to the bathroom by themselves?
Yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Monroe House.
I can't pee. I can't pee in front of people.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Hands up. Who went to the bathroom by themselves?
Of course.
I go every time.
That's 99% of the time. Yeah.
Men don't go to the bathroom together. So.
Well, listen, poor Aiden has to start. I have a picture of Aiden. Hold on. Let me just hold on a minute. I have a picture here. Hold on.
That's funny.
This is from last night. Where is it? Oh, here. Nope. Is that it? Oh, yes. Here it is. So this is me. This is Aiden standing outside the bathrooms, ladies' bathrooms.
That's hilarious. Oh no.
And so there's my answer.
You'd be
He
glad
wasn't in there with me. He was outside, but he wasn't in there with me. But
you might have saw me post something about going to the bathroom at 4 a.m. or at 3 a.m. because it's the witching hour and people wait till 4 o'clock just to be. I said I'll wait till 4:30 just to be on the safe side. That's how it feels with the Monroe House. You walk up the Monroe House, and upstairs hallway in the Monroe House is just off the charts active. And you got to walk directly through that area to get to the bathroom upstairs.
listen,
and right directly through that area. I've never had no problems up there, but to me, the downstairs kitchen's the most active. So I sleep in the kitchen. That's where I sleep in every time I go. I put an air mattress right on the floor of the kitchen to sleep downstairs in the kitchen, which has been the most active place for us. And I'll have to walk through the safe room, then up the stairs, and down that crazy hallway in the Monroe House. Yeah.
If they came at me when I was peeing, oh my gosh, I'd be like, really? I've been here this whole time, all over this place, and you come at me, you're weak. No, I wouldn't have.
Last time I went to the toilet, I had Alan, the toilets are next to each other, the male and female. I said, Alan, I need to go to the bathroom. Are you going? And he goes, yeah. So he would go into his place and I go into my place, and they're connected, but there's obviously a divider. And he said something. He goes, Jenny, did you hear that hiss? Because there's a he goes, Jenny, did you hear that hiss? And I'm like, no, what is? And like, he's in a different room, but there's like wall between us that you can hear. It's like just,
Well, I can't say that I've never power peed is what I call it. Where you I go really fast and then go back, like not right. But I don't take people with me, or I'd never get it done. I just I guess I'll just have to pee tomorrow on my way home.
When he said to me, Jen, can you hear that hissing? And I'm like, what? No. There's a little gap, and he sprayed air freshener through it.
Oh.
And I jumped. Of course I jumped, and and the rest of the conversation I'm not going to talk about. Anyway, let's go to the next EVPs. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is the child one I'm going to play. I'll play it. It's me and Alan talking. We're doing a playback on what we had heard the child from, but I'm going to play it. I hope this is the right one. It's the Jenny Show.
We'll see.
Okay, let's do it. Let's try.
Serious.
It's a lucky bag. You never know what you're going to get. Okay.
Who's upstairs? Is the little girl upstairs? Lie on the floor if you want to play with it.
Sorry, I'm going to stop that for a second. It is the right one, but I forgot to explain what it is. I'm so sorry. We're doing the ITC.
Okay.
We're doing the ITC, and I'm talking to the phone downstairs to the phone upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And what we think was with us in that room. Okay, I'll do it again. Sorry.
Who's upstairs? Is the little girl upstairs? Lie on the floor if you want to play with it. Upstairs in the coffee room. Many of you are upstairs.
We have no recorder upstairs. Right.
We need a recorder upstairs. These. Oh yeah, we need a recorder upstairs.
It's at the very end.
Right at the end there? Okay.
The very end, yeah. We that was going through playback, and that was what I thought. What that was a child that was following us around all night. I thought at the first time listening to it last night, I thought I heard "Happy Birthday," but listening to it today, I don't hear that anymore. I hear something completely different. Do you hear anything or?
I'd have to hear it again.
Yeah, I'd have to hear it again too. Yeah.
It's bad quality. It really is bad quality. I have better ones, but
What did you think you heard today?
Something like, is it this one? Because we were talking about different recorders and whatnot. Okay. But I'll play it again.
I did feel like it was a question and it was a little girl.
Yeah, because Alan was saying there's no recorder upstairs, and I said, oh, we need a recorder upstairs. Okay. And that's when she comes in as well at the very end of it. Okay, I'll play it again.
Who's upstairs? Is the little girl upstairs? Or on the floor if you want to play with it. Upstairs in the coffee room. Many of you are upstairs.
We have no recorder upstairs. Run it.
We need a recorder upstairs. These. Oh yeah, we need a recorder upstairs.
Who was in the room with you at the time?
There was me and Alan, Aidan.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Me, Alan, and Aidan. That was it. So I don't know clearly what it is. It's not. You see, the thing is, what's the? Hold on, let me see this again, Gillian. Who's upstairs? Tom. How many are upstairs? There was nobody upstairs. We were downstairs and we left the phone upstairs on speaker. When we were downstairs on speakerphone, there was no recorder upstairs. And Adam was saying there's no recorder, and I said we need to have a recorder upstairs. Yeah. And the girl we heard was like she was in the room with us in the kitchen area of the museum.
See, now I'm getting what Gillian's saying, because I hear you saying who's upstairs, then I hear the voice Tom, then you say how many upstairs, and I heard 3. And Gillian's put the same thing.
Really? Do you want to listen to it one more time?
I also hear it like a child with hiccups. You know, like when a kid goes.
That noise coming in is because it's between the phones, and Linda was watching last night because it was between the phones. When we were on live, we were doing it live, and you can hear non-stop going through it on my recorder, because Alan's is a voice active recorder. It's just picking up voices all the time, 20 minutes long, even though we've done it for 30 minutes, 20 minutes long. Got everything from that. Mine, you'd have to download it and, clean it a little bit,
I can still hear hiccups. Someone with hiccups.
Okay, I'll play it again.
Who's upstairs? Is the little girl upstairs? Or on the floor if you want to play with it. Upstairs in the coffee room. Many of you are upstairs.
We have no recorder upstairs. Run it.
We need a recorder upstairs. These. Oh yeah, we need a recorder upstairs.
I could hear it. I could definitely hear something. I just can't. It's one of the ones you'd have to listen to in one section on repeat.
You'd have to.
But I can hear it. It's definitely there.
Yeah, that bit will have to be cut off and go through it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
No idea what she's saying. I thought I did. It's never there sometimes.
No, that's funny. I went back through a lot of EVPs looking at which ones that I wanted for the show and that sort of thing. And not only did I hear different things, this time from the first time I went through, which is important for you. And if you have time, somebody else to listen to your stuff. But I was hearing, I was like, I completely missed this EVP, and I'm not hearing what I thought I heard the first time. It's just it's the nature of the beast. It really is.
That's it. Just have to do it again. Philip, you're up next.
All right.
Put your hand in that bag and pick an EVP. What's coming up next?
Spin the wheel.
Here we go. Hold on.
I just want to let everybody know that even if you're not a child, you're more than welcome to speak. Come through. You're welcome. Surround me. Gather around me. Come to my voice. I invite you to come over here and talk to me. I just got dizzy. Just got lightheaded there for a second. You can come over by me, but you can't do anything bad. Okay? Okay, I just cut a voice. Hi, child. How are you? I'm going to mark this. Just cut a voice. I'm going to go back and listen to it in just a second. It sounds just like a child. Are you over beside me, little child?
Okay. That was, this disembodied voice, this is the one I was talking about where I was up in the second floor sheriff's residence at the Ocasio County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him to surround me, and I heard it through my through the headphones of my Zoom recorder.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell what it was being said until I reviewed it like right after that. And I heard it clear as day. It said, "It hurts." Mm-hmm. And it's strange that I got dizzy like right immediately before that. And I invited them to come over and stand around me, surround me. But if you come around me, you can't do anything bad, okay? And that's when it said it hurts. So, and I tried to ask, after I reviewed it, I went back and did another, little session and asked them, okay, what hurts? Is it a physical pain? Is it a are you hurt, mentally? Are you talking about me are you talking about when I got dizzy or lightheaded and I didn't receive any response? But yeah, it was definitely pretty vocal when I heard it across my headphones. I could definitely tell it was a child, but I just didn't know what was being said.
Aye. Do you want to play it one more time so you can hear it?
Sure.
Okay, let me.
Just so everybody's aware, the EVP, so that way you can get ready for it. It occurs at about the 42-second mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the 42-second mark of the clip.
Okay, I'm going to play it now. 1 second. Oh, yeah, here we go. Sorry.
I just want to let everybody know that even if you're not a child, you're more than welcome to speak. Come through. You're welcome. Surround me. Gather around me. Come to my voice. I invite you to come over here and talk to me. I just got dizzy. Just got lightheaded there for a second. You can come over by me, but you can't do anything bad. Okay? Okay, I just cut a voice. Hi, child. How are you? I'm going to mark this. Just cut a voice. I'm going to go back and listen to it in just a second. It sounds just like a child. Are you over beside me, little child?
You can hear it. It's faint, but
it's much clearer. It's much clearer on when I'm listening to it. When you hear it straight from the file, it's very clear. Yeah,
I know.
Very clear. I did have to amplify it a little bit because it was a quiet voice. I want to make sure I brought it up and let everybody,
Yeah. Bring up a wee bit more that
without sacrificing the quality of the audio.
You can hear that there is a voice there and there is a child there. Robin, you're up next.
Oh.
Anyone you want me to put on? There's one
Well,
that I
let's see. Go ahead.
Okay, there's one that I think I heard before. It's from Waco. Waco? Waco.
You're speaking of NOLA, the NOLA
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Okay, I don't, maybe because I thought it was pretty impressive. And the quick rundown of this is we were at a place called Lake Waco, Texas. In place is a cemetery, but pretty far away. Okay, but we were there. There was, unfortunately, in the 80s, there was a gruesome triple murder, and it was the wrong people that they killed even, and it was very terrible what happened. There's a book about it called Careless Whispers. If you're into that sort of thing, you should read it. So we're out there thinking that we're going to try to communicate with the victims, and instead we get everything ranging from entities that I don't know what they are that just go hey 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 on our recorders, like all like literally just we have no clue they're there with us. Okay, to a little girl, to what I conquistadors. I'm like, it was a myriad of things. It is where I saw the biggest and my first shadow person that I've ever seen. And when the video clip comes up, it's a picture of a cabin. That's the actual cabin that we stayed in. To the left is the driveway, and I pulled all the way behind the cabin, and I was out in the back seat of my car, and I turned around and looked, and this thing is encompassing. It's as tall as the cabin. And it looks like a cardboard cutout of like a gingerbread man, and he's blocking the fire that's in the front yard behind him. So, the reason I look up is because I felt someone looking at me. So I'm in my back seat or whatever, and I turn around to look to see who's there. Everybody's inside, and this thing's standing there looking at me. But when I look at him, there's no face or whatever. Anyway, I run right at him because I'm stupid. That's what I like. I'm sorry, my brother always says that. Why'd you do that? Because I'm stupid. But I ran right at him, and he just disappeared. But he was as tall as
Wow.
Oh gosh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I actually, that's one of my crudely painted things that I do. One of that. Yes. Yeah. I love it. So this location was exemplary with never got a hold of the victims from the triple murder that I'm aware of. But anyway, this is a little girl, and this is a long time ago, and it is with that same kind of tinny recorder back from the early 2000s or whatever. But it's a little girl. And you'll hear Ashley, who was on my team at the time in Texas, speak, and then you'll hear the little girl.
Okay, let's go for it.
Fucking mom. Oh, get shit. Fucking mom. Oh, get shit.
Okay, so Ashley's just walking around. I'm walking next to her, and she's just, we're just obviously shooting shit or whatever, and just that is extremely clear. So I'm not exactly sure that she says you're speaking of NOLA, which I assumed was New Orleans, Louisiana, or maybe NOLA could be her name, or I don't know what it means, but it sounds like you're speaking of NOLA.
That's what it sounds like to me too.
Yeah, you can hear it. Tracy, did you hear it?
Yep. Yep.
That's quite good, actually. That's a very clear one.
It's very clear. It's one of my favorites, so I had to go ahead and pull that one out, and because the location was so profound for me as well. You can rent those cabins, and I would suggest if you ever get down to the area, there's a marina right there. You can have terrible hamburgers during the day and crazy ghost activity during the night. Yeah, whether you want it or not. It's
perfect. That's a camping weekend. Perfect weekend.
It is.
Excuse me. Right, the next one I'm going to play is from the Drogheda Museum, Millmount. Yes, I have been to many locations, but I happen to like the Drogheda Museum. So this one is an ITC, right? And this is where we were in the coffee room. The phone was down in the kitchen area. The normal place.
I'll be right back. Oh,
go for it. So going through the audio and so on, we were going to use the thermal flare. And I said, we're going to use this flare, the thermal flare is going to let us see you. Do you mind if I use it? Can I use it? And then you get a reply of what was said. I'm going to play it for you now, and then I will play it when Philip gets back.
Wait, what? Wow. What?
Yes, that's basically. Do you know what's being said? I'm asking, can I use it? I said, we're going to use a thermal, even though it's a bit rusty. And I said, can I use it? And then you have your answer from the kitchen area. By the men, there's 2 men in there that I didn't put up the one tonight that was my favorite one. My favorite one. So I will do that privately again because I did put it up before. So, here's Philip now. We wait for Philip.
Yes, perfect timing. Perfect timing.
The dog said I had to let the dogs out of the room.
And that's the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. So I played it there now. It's the ITC from when we were museum. We had the phone up in the coffee room. The other phone was down in the kitchen area. And so we're going to use a thermal imaging flare that's connected onto Aidan's phone. So I was explaining what it does to the people of the museum. And I said, can I use it? And then you can hear it coming through the phone, but you can't make out what's being said until you go back on the audio and listen to it. So I'm going to play it now. Excuse me.
It's like I hear 3 syllables.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you getting? You want me to do it again?
Please. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know the beginning of it is a little bit rusty. I'm talking about the thing, the thermal, and then I said, can I use it? Okay.
I thought I heard sure, like sure, and then I couldn't tell what the other. I couldn't tell what the other one is, but it's sure. It's not like I said
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know though. I really don't know. Sure. Go ahead.
I got complete opposite. I got Jenny cannot.
And I got no, she cannot.
Oh wow.
Jenny cannot. So I'm not allowed to see them. Do you want me to do it one more time quickly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really love repeating.
I don't know why.
My finger tripped there. Sorry, what were you saying, Robin?
Oh, nothing. I just said I don't know why I'm leaning in. I have headphones.
Yeah, it's like.
Sorry, my finger just kind of happy clicked there.
No, go for it.
When we listen to audio, 20,000 times. If not more. Okay, I'll go again. Oh,
I'm hearing sure.
I can still hear the. I can still hear the sure.
I do.
But
I do too. I'm not sure about the go ahead part at the end, but I still hear the sure. I do.
When I was hearing at the beginning, 2 syllables, Jenny, because there's another piece there that I have. I don't know if I have it here or not.
Sometimes you played for me EVPs before that I didn't get until I listened for your name or whatever you're saying, but with the accent. Like sometimes I'm hearing different.
I think sorry.
Take the accent out because don't forget, not everybody was Irish.
Right.
Yes,
true.
That's so true. There's another ITC here from Millmount. I think it's in the same area. Is it okay if I play it to see if it's the same? Because it's the same.
Of course.
The same. I think it's the same people, because even though it's ITC, it's the same voices to me. But is it okay if I just play it to see if it's?
I think you should ask the lady who runs the show.
Yeah. Ask yourself, can you play it?
Oh, it's me. Okay.
She's tired, but that's okay.
Oh, listen. No, but we're all doing audio here, so I just don't want to cut into your time either. So I'm going to play very quickly. Hope it's the right one. Okay. No, it was the same one. I was tired when I
Yeah,
picked it at the same time.
I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like the same audio.
You say I need to sleep more. It was the same one, but I will send it on to you privately afterwards. And I
Okay.
will put it up on my Emerald Isle page after this. I will put the one I'm talking about up, and I will send it to you privately, the one that I'm talking about.
Okay.
But that's we don't know. Jenny cannot, or sure, Jenny, I don't know. We don't know. Let me see the comments here. Linda heard a different voice at the end. Hi, Kenneth. Jenny and I'll play the battle. I will send the battle. I'll do the battle another night, actually. Linda heard a different voice at the end. I think I did too. And Gillian's here, and I heard no, she. Yeah, like no, she cannot.
Cannot, or no,
she's heard no, she, and I heard Jenny cannot.
No,
but
she.
yeah, I can hear that too. It's not the first time, Alan.
Hey.
He knows it. He knows the audio I'm talking about. I will put that one up. So that was that one. So let's move on swiftly to the next one. We are on. Put your hand in that lucky bag again, fella. What are we getting?
I don't know. We'll see.
I had it written down here on my piece of paper. Here we go.
Let's see.
What were you drinking? Liquor or beer? Talking. This was a reference. She's still talking. Can you tell us what your favorite beer was? Or what your favorite beer is? What do you like to drink? Please.
Okay. Now there were 2 EVPs in this one. I mean, it's a little bit harder to hear on this recording. Hearing it from the but we were at a place called Eden Springs Park in Benton Harbor, Michigan, and we were there with another team. This was back in 2018, I believe, and we were at this place called the Drunk Tank, and it was also known as an ice house where they used to keep where the old community used to be. They used to bring ice and put it in there. It keeps it cold. It keeps it frozen because it's underground. Mm-hmm. So, and we also knew it was a drunk tank. So we were trying to also communicate with maybe somebody got locked up in there when they were, because it was a place where if people got a little rowdy, they would put them in there to sober up. So we thought we heard somebody in there. So we asked, what is your favorite drink? What's your favorite beverage? And I heard a kid, like I said, it sounded like a kid said beer. It sounded like a kid to me. Said beer, and then you hear a woman at the end says wine. Like I said, it's straight from the file. It's much more vocal. Yeah,
I understand, because when we're doing these EVP shows and they're like second hand and third hand, and when you hear them first hand, you get it. When you hear them second hand and they're going through emails to downloading to open it up, it can change the sound a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we do understand how that goes. But you can hear it again. Do you want me to play it one more time?
Sure.
Please.
Hear it again? Absolutely.
What were you drinking? Liquor or beer? Talking. This was a reference. She's still talking. Can you tell us what your favorite beer was? Or what your favorite beer is? What do you like to drink?
You can hear the voices coming in.
Yeah.
You can hear the different voices. Yeah.
Yeah. The first one was said beer, which is right about the 15-second mark, and then the wine comes up about the 17-second mark. Yeah.
You can hear the 2 different distinct voices.
Yeah.
I know. I can hear.
It kind of it popped in right like immediately after I, what's your favorite? What do you like to drink? And then it immediately said beer. So I was trying to enhance the audio, but I didn't want to also blow people's eardrums out. I've done that
many times. It's all quiet. Can you say any of our names? And it's all quiet, and all of a sudden, and the headphones.
Yeah.
Because you've amplified it. And so I've kind of learned not to.
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice when the voice happens about 2 or 3 seconds after you speak, so you can enhance that quiet file up
Yeah.
instead of right in the area where somebody else is talking, and then it's
Yeah.
like whoa, you know.
Like a
Yeah.
long time, and then fade in so you can hear it.
Yeah. But
There's another one now from Robin.
Gonna do the French legation
I was looking at that.
or
Also interested in Read
the
My Mind.
Melissa?
Yes.
The Melissa Katie. Okay, and Katie, Texas. There's a location where they moved 4 houses from other places into this one spot, and yes, it's by a creek. This place was so active, you could hear a female singing so loud that I actually looked down the stairs over the rail and said, "Melissa, are you singing?" And everybody's
Wow.
like, "No, we're dead quiet down here." So we were hearing this disembodied voice so loud it was in the entire house. This place, I
Wow.
thought this is a place where I was truly frightened, where I thought I was everybody went to sleep, and I don't know how at the end of the night, I thought I was going to have to squeeze like a dog, squeeze between Melissa and Ladine in order to feel safe, but I slept at their feet, and I've got the kitchen on the other side of me, and there's banging on the wall.
Holy
This
shit.
is the place where that other lady, poor lady, she had something wrong with her stomach and she was asleep and she was tooting. So I'm like, I'm going to die with the banging and the pots. You can hear the pots banging together. And then she'd fart and I'd laugh. So I was like, I don't know what's happening to my life. This is my life. This is what's happening.
That's
So,
investigation.
yes, this also when we were using on a glass table, we had a glass flipped upside down and a yes on one side, no on the other. And we were kind of doing a spirit board thing, and the glass was spinning and flying away from our hands. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
It was very intense place. And I just like this. This is in the same room where the glass was spinning, but this is a very clear calling of, it was me, myself, and a woman, Melissa, and Ladine standing in this room talking when something called Melissa's name. I just love this EVP for some reason.
Wow.
Okay, playing it now.
Yeah, I can't have any issues. We know you have issues. Yeah, I can't have any issues. Yeah, I can't have any issues.
I just love that because it's just so clear.
Yeah.
Oh, clear as day.
Intelligence.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's just a small example of that whole place. And like I said, each one of those houses had its own flavor of haunting. And I said, I don't know. Then they didn't pick them. They didn't bring them there for haunted location. We had to get special permission to come in. They were using them for museum types. I think it was a friend of Ladine, a woman from, I can't remember the name of her group. It's a long time ago, but she had a special friend. It was that sort of thing that it's not like a location you go to.
Yeah.
And I thought, my gosh, if the word gets out, they're going to be bombarded. It was one of the most intense sites. I mean, where you think, okay, yes, we all just got pinched, we got pushed, we're going to get pushed down the stairs. Like this is really, we're all feeling it. It's all happening. This location as well, too. I'm standing next to Ladine, and I've said her name. I'm going to conjure her like Beetlejuice. She's not really a friend of mine. It's been a really long time. But we did not really like each other. We got along. We investigated. We did not like each other. It was the best thing ever because we're standing shoulder to shoulder looking at a dining room table and a red ball. I'm not talking about through cameras, with our faces. A red ball of light about the size of a large softball just pops right out of the middle of the table, floats there about a foot over the table for a second or two, long enough for us to like elbow each other, and just dissipates.
Wow.
Light anomaly. Not a dust, not a camera, not any
through
of
the
that
lens
stuff.
of a camera.
Light anomalies exist. That's why I tell people, yeah, that's a dust, that's
Yes, yeah.
whatever. Know how your cameras work, but when you see something with it. Anyway, I'm in love with
love
that location, but I love that.
I would love to see something like that, but well, my daughter has, but I haven't.
I don't put too much credibility into stuff, like light anomalies on cameras. Unless I see it with my own eyes, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
People don't understand how their cameras work. This is something that does irritate me. I have seen light anomalies exist, but then the dust orbs, they drive me completely insane. They don't know the difference in the lenses and that sort of thing. And I am going to say in public that someone one time had said that they caught a black hole on camera, not realizing that they were using a conical lens. There was a reflection over there, and they were serious and then got angry because I thought that was
Call them out on it.
I have learned never to give an opinion anymore when it comes to what do you think of this? Well, do you want the truth or do you want me to like stroke your back? Because if
has the planet imploded? Are we flying? Are we imploding? You're telling me there's a black hole 10 feet from us. We do not exist anymore. Do you not understand? Anyway, I shouldn't.
That's when people are asking for opinions. What do you think? What do you think? And like here tonight, like the four of us are doing EVPs and so on, and we'll listen to what everyone's hearing and what everyone watching, and they're giving their opinions of what they're hearing and what like. And like Philip, when you're going out tonight now, you have other questions to ask about that little girl who was talking, and now your questions are going to be different to what other people had heard, and it's called working, and it's called taking opinions and so on. But there's many that I'm not going to turn this into a
right. Well, no, but it's the difference between being a ghost hunter and being a researcher, being an investigator. When you go back to the locations over and over and you ask these questions and you narrow stuff down, you really try to find out who it is. If we're not as intuitive and people aren't talking to us and to ourselves like they do with Tracy, where she knows and they talk to her, well, the rest of us have to kind of use, be a little detective and figure this stuff out, and there's a difference between that. I just like to draw that line too, between ghost hunting, which is exciting. I digress. But
I always say I'm hunting rabbits. Hunting rabbits? No, you're not bloody. I'm going to be honest now. You're not hunting ghosts.
Exactly. That's.
You're not hunting them. You're being hunted. They're not being.
And don't leave without your angry crossed-arm picture, which I have done pictures like this before. Your black shirt and you're pissed off about something. What are you so mad about?
So whoever's watching, please screenshot of the four of us because we're ghost hunters. Tell me in the comments when you have it done.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Robin, ready? How long do you want us to sit like this for? Take a picture. Take a picture.
I don't know.
So,
but I agree. Like Robin was saying, we go back to these locations, and we're there to research. And I also and you've seen the post I posted about developing friendships and then rapport with the spirits. It's like the idea of you move to a new town. You're looking to make new friends. You go to this place, hang out for a few hours, chat with a couple people, have a great time. You go home and you're like, okay, I want to go to, instead of going back to that place again, you decide to go to another location and meet some more people.
Absolutely.
And then you continue to go all these different locations, but you never go back to that place where you never go back to the same place twice, and you never get a chance to
that would
develop a friendship.
Yeah.
So, and people go to a location and it won't go back for another 2 or 3 years, and then they go back and nothing happens. They're like, okay, so where are all these spirits that people are saying that are here? But instead of,
I feel like that's more thrill seeking. That's the ghost hunting thrill seeker. I find that to be synonyms, that sort of thing. And that's how we started the show, where I walk in and I go, "It's me, it's your good friend."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh God."
I look like.
And so you go to these locations over and over again, and you develop that bond. It's just like any place. I think we don't know how it all works, but I think we have to develop an idea of how it works. We need to use our model of us as humans, of what we do to make friends. I think it's the only thing we can go on. I mean, that's the only thing we can. If that's not it, then then we have to try something else. But I think the only model we have to go to go on is how we develop relationships here, especially if we're dealing with human entities, human spirits.
Absolutely, that's what you're saying. If you go back, I know not everybody, and I understand this. Not everybody goes back to the same places. We get that. We understand.
And that's cool. Yeah.
But some who will go back to the same places time and time again. I was told that I was boring, or I would bore my viewers by going back to the same place all the time. Jenny, they're going to get bored by same place. And I said, first and foremost, I am doing this, busting my arse for me alone. If I go live and I work my arse off I can keep the audio to myself. I can do that. I'm not doing it for anyone else. But I choose to sit through hours. And then after that, I pay for SoundCloud to put it onto my page so others can hear it. I don't have to, but I do. And I like to, some listen, some don't, but that's fine. But I still do it for me. And the ones who are genuinely interested and who genuinely follows Emerald Isle, and I know many of them who genuinely follows for the last few years, that I do it for them too. And like we all do. And I was told, like, Jenny, the people are not going to watch anymore. They're going to get bored. And I'm like, that's okay. That's fine. You know, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to put it up. Those who listen, listen. Those who don't, don't. But I'm still going to do it.
There's a place for all of that spectrum of ghost hunter to researcher and all that. There's a place for entertainment, and people get so mad. There's a place for entertainment versus your real researching, and you can mix it a little bit. But I'm telling you, and you see right there at the bottom of my name, Robin Ramsey - Paraflix. I do shows, and I work. You know, my current one's Ambulance and Nocte coming out later this fall. But there is a belief that you have to say, like, I'm not doing this just for me now. I do have to add entertainment value, and so. But there's a place for that, and there are locations and things that I do that are just for me, that are that I want to know, I have to know, and I want to rapport, and I want them to trust me, and there's things like that. And then there's other times where you have to walk in, turn the camera on, and do that kind of thing. You know, there's a place for all of that, and I don't think we should hate someone just because they're in entertainment, but they also shouldn't make fun of us when we're going back to the same location 10 more times, asking the same questions, talking to the same people. There's a place for all of that, because without us doing that, there really is no them.
I just don't understand how people. I mean, you get something special as an EVP. In my opinion, the EVP is the most intimate piece of audio evidence, or intimate piece of evidence that one can get. They're taking time out of their their time, whatever, to talk to you. So why wouldn't you want to share that with people? I mean, that is.
We do, and like even with Tracy, all of us, we do for the passion. We do because when you get, like you're saying, Philip, when you get something like amazing, you know, I've tried to, like, not tried to. I was told and warned by Aidan, don't text me at 3 a.m. when you're doing audio and you get something good. I have done it many years. I've done it. Oh my God, wake the F up, listen to this. Yeah. And they don't answer. And I'm like, ring, 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 ring.
That's funny.
They have now since have me blocked. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But Tracy, why are you in the paranormal as well? Because I know Tracy doesn't do a lot of audio, but she will listen to it. But Tracy doesn't do any audio.
No.
She doesn't.
Oh, I'll leave that to everyone else. I don't know. I think it's more, for me, it's more the always needing to know. And the passion, because what I learned today will be different to what I learned tomorrow.
So true. Yeah, isn't it exciting?
Is that I've got today will be different tomorrow.
Yeah,
and the people, just the people that you meet. You know, you got your complete and our arseholes, but then you got your most. You know? But yeah,
it's all spectrums of life too. Everybody crosses all socioeconomic boundaries. Everybody wants to know what happens afterwards. And the one thing I can say for certain is it's not when our physical body stops functioning, that is not the end. That's all I can really say. And I don't want to prove it to anybody. I'm not out to make them understand, but I will offer what I have and encourage them to go look for themselves and to start doing this for themselves.
Yes.
Because that's how you're really going to know.
It's for
I'm with you, Rob. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you, Robin. When you mentioned at the beginning of the show that you believe there's multiple, dimensions or multiple, realities. I think you said that.
Multiple timelines, reality, any of whatever.
So not only could we be dealing with spirits of people that have passed on, we could be dealing with multiverses. People that are not technically dead, but are still, living their lives, and there's multiple realities stacked up on top of each other. So we could be not only dealing with spirits, we could be dealing with, aliens. We could be dealing with people or people of the multiverse. We could be dealing with parallel realities. It could be anything. So you never know.
Wouldn't we be so, like, agreeing with you, Philip? Wouldn't we be so? I just have to say very quickly. Anyone will get a prize. Robin, you'll definitely get a prize, and Tracy, if you know who this is.
Oh yeah, how you doing, mucker? I thought he was calling me a dirty word. Yeah, Aiden, of course.
Aiden, because it's come off of Facebook user, but I can see it on my Facebook, but I didn't even need to see the Facebook user. What about you, Mucker?
Mucker.
Well, when you
know, he said, "Hey, Mucker" to me, and I said,
Muckers.
"F you" back. Do you remember? He was like, "Hey, Mucker." I was like, "Yeah, F you too." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, it's a friendly thing. I didn't know.
Well, Linda, what the guy is saying, Linda, that's Aiden from last night. That's Aiden on Ireland.
Right about
from the north of Ireland. Mucker means friend. You know, it's a kind of like, you know, what's up, buddy?
It sounds like so.
What's up, Mucker?
Right. So you can see when he said, "Hey, Mucker" to me, I was like, "Hey, F you too."
Take that M and put an F in front of it, and it's a totally different meaning.
Right.
Well, then what you just start? But let me finish off. I was going to say, wouldn't we be very ignorant and stupid and gobshites when it comes to, like, we think we're the only ones?
Right.
We're the only ones. I mean, if we were the only ones, why are we busting our arse, breaking our bank balances, and staying up late and having sleep deprived like me and all of us, and Tracy and Robin and Philip and everyone who does paranormal research, if there was nothing else? And if we have the EVPs and audio to prove, and we can, not us, but other people can say, "Oh, there's no one else but us." Like, are we wasting our time? Are we stupid?
Right.
No, they're just boring.
Yeah, or the people that say that must be you talking. I'm like, how insane do you think I am? And such a great ventriloquist, but how insane do you think I am?
Also,
answering your questions.
Imagine what their life's like, because they must just think everything is the same in life, because nothing is nothing straightforward.
And when we do the same location, it's kind of this. Alan from the Drogheda Museum Millmount. I used to say the Millmount Museum, and he goes, "Jenny, how long have you been doing this fucking place? It's the Drogheda Museum Millmount. Why does everybody get it wrong?" And now it's kind of like instilled in me. And welcome back to the Drogheda Museum Millmount. Alan got it right again. He's instilled it in me. But years of doing the museum together, and last night was 6 years. Last night, an amazing night from the minute we walked in, which is so true. And every time we investigate, we come away with different questions. That's why we go back. And that's what I was saying last night. It's like a puzzle. You think you know a location. And like we were saying, Philip, we would go back time and time again, and like with Robin as well, and Tracy. You think, you know, these people, "Oh, you're boring. Well, you just stick with your trills, and I'm going to be on my computer doing audio." So, whatever.
Last night, Millmount, how long, like, when was the last time you did Millmount from last night?
We're probably about 3-4 weeks ago, maybe 5. We do it consecutively. We're back on the 19th, and then we're back on the 29th of October.
If there was like, it was extra active last night because you'd had a bit of a longer break than what you normally would have.
I'm thinking the weather, and like the museum is so close to me, it's walking distance. It's in my town. When you're in, when you're in the town, the monument on the hill is Millmount Museum. Yeah. You walk on the bridge, you see the museum. You're walking across the bridge, you're walking across one of the famous rivers, the Boyne River Boyne. Yep. You know, the Boyne battle, the Battle of the Boyne. And we're a very historic town. It's freaking, I mean, I was like, "Oh, Drogheda, I'm so bored. Ireland, I'm so bored." When I get older, I'm thinking, we are a gem. We are a gem.
You don't see me after the 19th. You know, it's because they've like locked me in and ain't letting me come out. They've had me, really.
Well, we've got fresh blood coming in. We've got, all right, Governor Tracy coming in. She's from England, all right.
That'll be amazing.
And then we have a Scottish coming in. Her husband is Scottish. So we have fresh blood coming in. Fresh meat. But Tracy, I love the way Tracy works, so that will be interesting, because Tracy just walks in blind. She doesn't want to know what the place is about. She knows of the location. She's been on video with me. She gets a feeling from it, but she doesn't know the ins and outs of it. Nope. So that's why I don't say much about it.
Nope.
That's why I don't say much about it. Do we have time for one more?
Can I play one?
Sure.
I'm just going to run to the bathroom.
You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick. Because this is the last one. This is probably the proper one I'm gonna put up.
Go on then.
Quick. The only decent one. It's probably the only decent one that I have of the night. So this is from Carlow Jail. It's now a shopping centre. We were in the governor's house, and it's going to be on repeat. But just tell me what you hear.
The female, like a walk, no?
Female is
Oh, yeah,
talking.
David and Jameson.
There's a voice
Where's-
unmuted.
Where to take place at? That's what I guess I'm.
This is in the governor's house.
I mean,
It's-
like the time. I mean, the time of the audio, like in the audio. You know what second or where?
Oh gosh. Oh Jesus! No. Did I not tell you I didn't sleep?
Well, when it comes up, right before it comes up, just put your finger in the air so we can see.
I will do.
Put your right hand up. Yeah.
I will
Okay.
do. Okay.
Oh, yeah, David and James are still here, you know.
That's pretty similar to what I hear. I heard,
And I had that the first time I heard it.
Well, we had the governor's house. It's now a shopping center with a roof on top of it, and the governor's house is like a circle in the middle, and then all around it is the shopping center now. But all around it was the prison cells and whatnot. There's so many prison cells audio on it I need to put up. But so where the governor's house was a window, and they could look over to the hanging quarters. So what I heard was that they have been chained from there to there. It's a Dublin accent. It's a Dublin accent. Carlo is about an hour and a half, an hour, I could be wrong, from Dublin. So what I'm hearing is that they have been chained from there to there. I'm going to stop my dog for a second. Do you want me to play it one more time?
yeah, let's hear it again. Yeah.
I'm still hearing David and James are still here, you know.
I would listen to that one too. I would go with that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, I did hear that they've been chained.
Chained from there, from here to something. Yeah.
Chained,
That
something
they
like
have been
that.
chained from there to there.
But I can see how Tracy's hearing David and James.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Last one very quickly because it's a quick one. It's the governor's house as well. It's the prison. It's very quickly. It's a repeat.
I can hear it.
What you hear?
Is that this?
I can hear it. I can't tell what's being said though.
I just pressed up by accident again.
Excuse me. And I know this is not the right words. It sounds like, excuse me, I'm Red Skeleton, but it's not Red Skeleton. Excuse me, I'm a real skeleton. I don't know what he's saying, but excuse me comes through really clear.
Funny you said that, like, because I hear, play again, because Robin put me off then.
Okay.
I hear jealous bitch, hell's bells.
I hear excuse me.
You hear the excuse me, what else?
Yeah, Kira can hear. I can hear change from change to change, and you can hear excuse me. So what do you what?
Play it again, Jen.
Yeah, please.
Play it again, Sam. Okay. Nope, wrong one. Sorry. Here we go again.
I can't change that.
I hear excuse me, but I can't pick up the last part.
Excuse me, I'm something, my foot right at the end, something, excuse me, I'm my foot.
Oh, hold
Where
on.
I thought it said skeleton, it's not skeleton. Excuse me, I'm my foot. Here, oh my God.
I can't change what I picked up, and that's psychic.
Again, Tracy, what's your again?
Sorry,
What's
I
your pick?
got jealous bitch, hell's bells.
Don't
And I
you love?
cannot change
Don't
that.
you love audio pareidolia? What the frick?
But No, that's not just hearing that. That's psychically, I'm hearing that as well.
Okay, can we want to do it one more time and then we're going to say goodbye because I know you.
Okay, I'm going to try to listen to what Tracy heard.
Yeah, me too.
Ready? Let's close our eyes and heads down. Okay.
I'm still here now. Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm hearing excuse me. I could possibly hear the jealous bitch at the end.
No, I hear that first. No. Yeah, no, I hear jealous bitch first.
I hear it all over Facebook, but I'm not sure. No, you didn't get that? No. Okay.
I just go back to eating me 23 scoops of ice cream and just sitting with playing swing ball.
You just had an ice cream fest today. Okay, so do you know what? We have about 4 or 5 audios, EVPs left to play, but we don't have time to do it because we are tired tonight. We are going 2 hours, and Philip has to go out. This is what she ate today. This is what she ate today.
Yummy. I saw that on Facebook earlier.
Oh my God. I can't eat.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. I saw it on Facebook earlier. I'm an ice cream junkie.
I ate all 22 scoops of them, apart from one.
Yes. Oh, what's up, T-Dog?
You did great. Hi, Tim. You did great. Hiya, Tim.
Hey, Tim, how was Edinburgh Manor last night, Tim? Can't wait to hear about it.
Where was Tim last night?
He was at Edinburgh Manor. And I believe they're in Iowa, I think it is. I think Edinburgh's in Iowa.
I've seen a clip of it, and then I kind of knocked out.
So, going on to paranormal, and before we go,
good.
Have you seen how famous I've become this week? Like on social media, I've gone viral this week.
Have you got the video to put out? Have you got the video?
Send it to you. Do you want me to send it to you? Hang on. Send it. Messenger or TikTok? WhatsApp?
Send it to me on WhatsApp and I'll just hold the phone up at the screen.
All right. If you want me to just load it up at the screen, I can download it up.
Do that.
Load it up to the screen. Load it up to the screens. And put your phone up to the screen so we can see it. So this happened in Tracy's back garden last week. And let me tell you, it was fabulous. Radio stations have been ringing her. Wanted her to sign a Tracy will finish off the rest of it because I don't forget, but I forget the words. Kind of they wanted to give her profits if they kind of put this video out there and XYZ. Wanted to own it basically.
Yeah, so the production companies want me to sign a production thing with them so that they can sell the story to the newspapers and globally. And I've done radio shows this week. I've done everything. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Okay, hold it. Are we straight? Now you're all over the place, girl. You're all over the place.
I know it's because I can't see where it is.
Other side.
There it is. That's good.
Yeah, stay there. This is a wild fox in her garden playing with this.
She wants to play with the ball.
I probably would have gone and put a harness on it and kept it and loved it and cuddled it and squeezed it and owned it.
Me too.
Now it makes my bunny rabbit video look like shit.
Just have it. Right.
And the bunnies are coming to me. We gotta go. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Oh.
It looks like a cub. Like a young.
He's not actually. Yeah, no.
It's grown.
He's not actually. I managed to actually see her earlier on. She's called Foxy Roxy. But
Roxy.
She's quite an older fox.
Yeah. I would sign those production papers right away and start getting paid.
I'll send them over to my manager. I told you.
Me.
Right. And one time I got my mate on the someone else on the other side who's a film director, and she was like, "Give me."
Yeah.
Philip is getting his arse out. He's going on an investigation. Before we go, Philip, tell everyone where they can find you.
You find me on my actual page. Philip Gibson. Just look for the same outfit I'm wearing right now. Pink shirt, pink scally cap. and Heart City Paranormal. As you see on the screen, HART City Paranormal. You can find me at either of those locations or either of those pages. I'm very active on both of them.
If you're on podcast, get this guy on your show. He's fabulous. Watch tonight. If you didn't watch tonight, why not?
And I had a good. I had another good EVP to share, but I didn't. Obviously, I didn't send it to you, but because I forgot about it.
What did I voice mailed you saying? Oh my God, there's like 800, and I don't know which one. Can I pick 6 out of 800? And I'm like, oh my God. I've said that to Philip about 3 or 4 times. Oh my God. But yeah, we can't. This is why EVP shows should not just be one night. It should be consecutively once a month and once every 2 months. That we can throw more EVPs. So would you all come back on if I do another one?
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
can have yours then.
And I'm thinking about actually bringing my show back that I used to do a couple years ago, Heart City Live, and have people on and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So
that would be. I'd get it up and running if you can.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I was just doing Facebook, through Facebook, but I do want to do StreamYard, and maybe even some other, test some other platforms, see which one's better.
I was told a friend of mine, Mike from Midnight Paranormal Society, was giving me a great platform the other night of what a new one to go to. So I could be changing from StreamYard. Yet I could be straight, and I love StreamYard, but it's more expensive to what I have. And the other one is it's great. So you all come back on if I do this again, Robin.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. Robin, where can everyone find you?
You can already see me on some shows on the Paraflix Network, and then currently I'm the director of photography for Ambulance and Nocte, starring Mike Hatcher. Here the dogs, right? The Mike Hatcher and Jenna Perry. They do the light and dark thing. That's really fun, and at a haunted location near you. Facebook also. Come see me.
And Tracy, where can anyone find you? Or everyone.
On the other end of the camera. No.
That's what I said. Where can anyone find you? I don't mean anyone, everyone.
Everyone. They can find me on my Facebook page.
Afterlife Research Team.
Yep.
I'm tired. That's the one. And if you can't find that, just look for it through Jenny's page, and it's on there.
You'll find us somewhere there. Night, guys. Great show. Stay safe, Jen. Oh,
thank you.
Bye, everybody. Everybody's nice.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, guys,
Robin,
thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was going to say something there and I totally forget. But hey, I'm not going to sit here for the next 10 minutes thinking of it. So we're going to say good night. We're going to say thank you, everyone who watched, who commented, who liked, who gave questions, who shared it. You will see us again in the next month and a half, 2 months. We're going to do it again because we have a lot more to share, don't we?
Awesome.
Yes, we do. Whoever's getting the guards out the door, go have fun. And we'll talk to you later.
Have
fun.
Bye.